Hi, my name is Steffan Chirazi. I've been a writer and a broadcaster and photographer for 40 years now. I think No Barriers is, I think, one of the most important aspects of the film is not so much the subject, but the humanity that it shows, and the fact that it impressed upon me that everyone deserves the chance and the respect of some form of freedom in their day, some form of emancipation from whatever struggle or suffering they're going through, and that music remains what probably the most fluent human language we have. I mean, it cuts through any verbal language that we have, and I think that the band Seven communicated this so well throughout the movie. Obviously, there is an incredible subplot. I mean, maybe not even a subplot, but it's just such a strong and powerful narrative within the film, and I'm not going to ruin that for you. I think that you should see it for yourself. But I think that the greater story from everything that it's about is just that people are people. And if you put your fears aside, if you put your misconceptions aside, and if you just allow people to engage with each other through music in this particular case, then we all have the same heart and we all have the same hopes and dreams and desires, and not to judge. That's another very important thing. One of the great things about the film is that obviously I think it's clear that it's shot in the 5 Mexico City jails. There's 4 male, 1 female jail. There's never any judgment ascribed to people in there, as there shouldn't be,
So you did like it?
I did like it. And I think another thing to tell you about the film is that I think it can work on 2 narrative tracks. There's a simplicity to the film that you can enjoy with regards to the music is fantastic. There's a whole other dimension to the film, which is the human story of where that music can take you. And with regards to the specific story that's been told and that unfolded for the filmmakers after they'd shot the footage in these 5 prisons, the story is told beautifully. It's simple enough for you to really be able to get into the more sophisticated emotions and feelings that it will evoke in you when you see it. I have no doubt at all. I mean, I don't go on camera waffling about films very much. Trust me, it's not really my thing. But I think this is a really, really important film for you to see, and I hope you get to see it soon. I'm told it's going to be at various film festivals. I'm also told that the film itself has a Facebook page, which I'm sure will appear hopefully under this frame as scrolling across like that. Please look for it, and please try and find it and see it. It's an important film. It's an entertaining film. It's a heartwarming film. It's ultimately a film that radiates, I think, great hope. I think one of the most important aspects of the film is the dual track of simplicity, but also complexity that it offers. You can find an entry point in either way. You're not beaten around the head with the subject. The subject is presented to you. The story is presented to you in a very, very easily digestible way. That's not to say it isn't sophisticated, because it is a very sophisticated piece. Technically, I think it's beautiful to look at. I think that subconsciously I found myself drawn into the pace of some of the shots, the way I was allowed to focus on some of the many faces, and momentarily allow my mind to drift into what was behind those faces and those characters. I think that, again, to keep a storyline that cohesive, yet also give you the latitude to invest in the stories within it, is a very, very hard skill. It's really hard. So for me, it does that so well. And look, I think it's lengthwise, being someone who's needed good editors for their entire career, I could have watched another hour. I could have. I would have been stuck. But it is the perfect length and the perfect pace. So I think there's just so much about it. Go see it. I don't want to say anymore. If what I've said here hasn't been part of a gallery of people telling you why you should go and see it, then we haven't done our jobs properly. If you're asking me about their music, yeah, I enjoyed the music. I enjoyed listening to it. I was accused of headbanging while I watched this screening, of which I was unaware. Maybe I was. Maybe it was an out-of-body experience. I don't know. I think I had an air guitar going most of the time, and I was definitely... Anyway, enough of my air instruments. So the band's music is very, very accessible to me. Yeah, I love good metal and I love a good riff, so it's very accessible to me. I think in terms of their drive and their desire and their reasons for making this film. And again, I don't want to give too much away, but it just tells you a lot about what music means to them as people, to them as a band, and it's not just about doing gigs and so on. It's a currency of language and emotion that is very important to them, and I think that is abundantly clear.